Hey guys, Ashley here with My Healthy Soap. Today I'm going to teach you how to make my lemongrass hot process soap. This is one of the easiest recipes you can make, and I really recommend this for beginners because when you're making hot process soap, there's a lot less that can go wrong compared to when you're making cold process soap. So let's get started. I have measured out my oils and began melting them. Now I'm going to add my lye water mixture to the oils. The oils don't have to be 100% melted. The lye water mixture is going to be really hot, and that's going to finish melting them. I have other videos explaining how to dissolve your sodium hydroxide in water. I want this video to be very quick and to the point, and I'll also have the recipe in the description so you guys can go and take a look at that. Now I'm going to blend it with the immersion blender until it reaches trace. Trace basically just means that it starts to thicken up. Once it reaches trace, I'm going to put the top on the crock pot. I'm going to cook it on low for about 20 to 30 minutes, then come and check it. I'll show you guys what it'll look like once it's done. It's been about 15 minutes. I'm just going to give it a quick stir. You can tell it's not really done yet. It'll start to look almost clumpy once it is done. So I'm just stirring it around, help it cook a little bit more evenly. So it's been about 30 minutes. That soap looks like it's done. Now I'm going to start mixing in my additives. So for this soap, I'm adding in lemongrass essential oil and yellow Brazilian clay. I'm adding about 30 grams of the lemongrass essential oil and a heaping spoonful of the yellow Brazilian clay. Let's take a second to talk about this soap and why I love it. First off, it has very simple ingredients. I love that it is mostly just coconut oil and olive oil. Second, it produces a really strong lather. This is because of the abundance of coconut oil, and it's moisturizing because of the olive oil. I always recommend the hot process method for beginner soap makers and those that just want to make soap for their families. So that's for two reasons. One, hot process soap making is a bit easier. There's a lot less that can go wrong when you're making hot process soap. And two, the cure time isn't as long. I recognize that most people don't want to wait a month to use their soap, so that's why I recommend the hot process method. So now that I've completely mixed in my additives, I'm going to start adding my soap to the mold. I really recommend as you add the soap to the mold that you keep pushing down on it to push the soap all the way in there. Also, you want to work fast. As the hot process soap is cooling, it is also hardening. You guys can use any essential oil to scent your soap, and you can use any clay to color your soap. So make sure you guys get creative in the soap making process because it's a lot of fun. Okay, so next I'm going to start pushing down on the soap with my hands at the top. Be careful doing this because it could be still really hot, but this is just to shape the soap and give it a more aesthetic appeal. Don't forget to follow me for more soap making content and other natural products. And also, leave me some comments on what you guys want to see me make in the future. Okay, so now it's the next day and I'm ready to cut my soap. I've taken it out of the mold and I'm cutting it with my wire cut soap cutter. Remember you guys, you don't need a wire soap cutter. You can totally use a knife to cut it. I just like how these make the bars very uniform and it cuts really smoothly. Here's the finished product, you guys. You can find the recipe in the description or you can buy these off my Etsy shop.